She's gone. Just like that. You thought the relationship will last forever, but here you are contemplating what you should do. If you're in this category, you lost the relationship and you're thinking of how to restore it back, sit back, because we're going to be helping you do that today. My name again is Moses Wairo, and this is Think Tank Team. If you're new to our session, try to subscribe. Subscribing doesn't cost anything. Turning on the notification only lets you know when we put out contents like this, because you don't want to miss such knowledge. The person that would help us do justice to this topic is our relationship professional and Mr. Boma Hart. Her name is Sister Mercy Chepaka. She is the CEO of Ask Mercy Relationship and Career Affairs. Thank you so much for joining us, Sister Mercy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Boma.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we're talking about how to restore a failed relationship, right? I know you guys are all ready. You want to help our viewers out there. So, Mr. Boma, over to you. What should people do when a relationship is failed, when they've got it all messed up?
Okay, first we want to look at the cause, the reason why the relationship failed, and when you get that, then you have to look at forgiveness. Forgiveness is key, because if you don't forgive people, you don't want to associate with them again. Now, there are two kinds of forgiveness. First of all, you must forgive yourself, because whether we like it or not, Bishop T.D. Jakes will always say that in a failed relationship, nobody is a winner. We are all losers in a failed relationship. So whether you like it or not, one way or the other, you contributed as much as the other person you thought did. So you want to forgive yourself for contributing towards that failure of that relationship, and you want to forgive the other person whatever he or she has done that has contributed towards the failure of that relationship. So the first step is the step of forgiveness, forgiving yourself and forgiving the other person.
Oh man, this is not easy. It's not as easy as you have said it.
Okay.
This person is very bitter. He did me this, she did me this. Do you know the extent to which the person may have been hurt? How easy will it be to just let go? I know that bitterness is not something that would help in any way at all, but you want to help us think about how we can easily let go. What should be in our mind? Why should we just forgive like that?
Okay, that will bring me to my second point. You must let go of bitterness. That will bring me to my second point.
Okay.
You see, the consequences of keeping bitterness inside of you is that it does more harm to you. Now, I know he or she must have done this thing you felt is unforgivable, and therefore you want to keep the grudge in your mind. But have you considered yourself? You see, you can only control what even sometimes your own self, you can't control yourself. How much more trying to control what other people have done. And secondly, you want to let go, you want to forgive, and you want to erase bitterness, because you cannot go back to history, for instance, and try to undo what has already been done. It's been done. If you like, die in it, it's been done. So you have the option of being happy. You have the option of killing yourself in it. I said before, you life and death. Which one will you take? Choose life and live. Forgive the person and let go. We all offend each other. Remember that you are not as perfect as the other person is. You're human. Anytime you attain perfection, then you have become God. And for Christ's sake, you're not God. So since you're not God and you need forgiveness yourself, you learn to forgive. I know it's painful. But you must learn. It's something you train yourself to do.
Oh, remarkable indeed. So I think we should put it out to our viewers out there that this trying to restore a failed relationship is for those who really need it. Right? Yeah. Because for some people, if you had an ex who wasn't good to you, trying to restore the relationship is not in any way going to cause the relationship to work out, right?
Yeah.
So for those who perhaps may have done wrong by themselves and they know that the error would have been from me, I may have had a bad character, I may have had something that probably made me lose this relationship. That's when I want to restore it. So over to you, Sister Mercy. Tell us about the third point we need to know.
Okay, the third point we need to know in trying to restore a failed relationship, especially if you know that the cause of the failed relationship is you in particular. I will come to the third point, which is, from what he said, identifying what caused the relationship failure and accepting responsibility for the role you played in causing the relational failure.
Perfect.
You have to, because you cannot revive a relationship, restore a relationship, when you have not, first of all, become very intentional in accepting that you are the cause of the relational breaking. So first of all, you want to identify the problem. What caused it? Was it due to unfaithfulness from my part? Was it due to infidelity? Was it due to lies? Was it due to character defaults? character deficiency. What was the thing I did that made this relationship to break down? Because until you identify that, you cannot know the process or start working towards reviving that relationship or restoring the relationship.
Wow, remarkable. Sometimes we are like in a relationship, we don't know what we have until we lose it.
Exactly.
And now, wow, I've actually lost this good man.
Yeah.
I've actually lost this good woman. So, not to worry, right? Listen to the points and do well to do what you need to do to restore your relationship, if it is worth it. Mr. Boma, number 4. Tell us the 4th point, please.
Okay, you want to, like she said, haven't taken responsibility for what has happened. The next thing is to improve on yourself, work on yourself. You need to work on yourself. This is 1, 2, 3 that you have done, that has caused this relationship and breakage. You want to look at it. You want to improve in yourself. If, for instance, the issue is maybe you're lying, you want to stop lying. If it is infidelity, you want to stop being unfaithful. You see, it may take time for the person to believe you. Now, I want to say something. Trust is not what you demand. Trust is earned. What has caused that relationship to have broken down is trust issue. Finance, infidelity, and the rest of it revolves around trust. So sometimes it may be your character too. You want to improve on your character. Sometimes your mannerism. You want to improve. So you do everything to ensure that you improve yourself. Aside that, you must also bring an extra package. For instance, working on yourself, apart from your character or whatever that has led to the breakage of a relationship. You want to add more quality. For instance, maybe you have one skill, you want to add another skill. It's like a bait to the fish, because whether I like it or not, we are all trying to do things to attract one another.
That makes me remember that delivery.
So even in the animal kingdom, they do that. You see the male animal trying to impress the female animal, the female animal trying to impress the male animal. So you want to do those extra things, work on yourself to show this person that this person you knew before is a totally changed person. So you want to work on yourself.
All right. So I think there's a feel of attraction here, because somehow when you get over your ex and you're no longer in a relationship with the person, we may be seeing ourselves by proxy on social media, whatever.
Yeah.
And this sounds like you're trying to make your ex look like you missed something, right?
Exactly.
You're trying to improve yourself too. It has to be your dressing. You want to look more beautiful. You want to be more presentable. You want to add more hobbies to yourself.
Yeah.
And all that. But there's a point that talks about our 4th point. Sister Mercy, I want to talk about the 5th point. Is it okay to go ahead to be clingy? You want to call this person back, I want you back, or calling the person? How would that be? Is it advisable for a person to be clingy, to keep calling the person? Would that in any way help to restore a failed relationship?
No, you don't want to. When you have hurt someone, it's only natural for them to start to display characteristics of being hurt. One of those things might be withdrawal. They want to withdraw from you. They might not want to be in your space anymore. So being clingy and pushy and trying to force them, you must forgive me, you must accept me, I'm sorry. Now you must. And some people want to go to the extent of wanting to detect when they should be forgiven. They say, I've stayed away from you for 1 week, 2 weeks. How can you be angry with me for 3 weeks? Hello, you cannot detect how far someone that is hurt will heal. So you want to give them time. It brings me to the next one I'd like to talk about, which is being transparent. Being transparent with your feelings, being transparent about the entirety of the relationship. If what caused relational breakage was, for instance, a case of financial infidelity, marital infidelity, or whatever, you want to be open with your phone, open with your account, open with whatever you're doing. And then to round it up, you want to be able to seek professional help. Seek for a counselor, look out for relational counselor. You can even come to us, like come for counseling.
I know that will not
come for counseling, yes. Come for counseling, get professional help. People that can walk through this with you so that your relationship is restored and revived.
Wow. I like us to call it a wrap for this, but let's look a little, just like a spice, looking at the area of this attraction. How can you actually induce attraction, right? To make your ex that you really want to come back to be much more attracted to you, to want you more than perhaps the person wanted you before. We'll talk a little about that, just a few minutes before we call it a wrap.
You want to grow. See, growth induces attraction.
Mm.
You should, when someone leaves you, it's very bad for them to come back
And
and
meet you at the same spot.
same way they
Come
left
on,
you.
no.
Yeah, so the first thing you want to do is grow. Grow in your physical appearance, grow in your intellectual capacity and capability. You want to grow in your skills. You want to improve. Improvement is growth. So you don't want to be stagnant. You don't want to be in your default setting. When they met you, it will never attract them to come back to you. It's when they see that you have grown, they are now attracted to want to see this new you. Growth is a big attraction. So just
and you don't want to grow with a competitive mindset.
no.
For instance, okay, all you're doing is to get them. So you want to. There are certain growth that is forced growth. It is obvious that you're just trying to force this thing. You understand? So you want to grow with a competitive mindset of your past versus your future.
Exactly.
So the competition is between you
and you.
It's between you and you, and not between you and your ex. Trying to prove
exactly.
to her, I can have a better girl than you. You're making a mistake, or trying to prove to him, you can have a better man. What did she say? I can have another man like you. What's her name again? Beyonce. That's not the mindset you want to have.
Wow, thank you so much. So you've heard it for yourself. You want to be authentic in as much as you want to grow, because every other person is taking. Don't try to fake yourself to be someone else in the process of trying to be impressive to your ex, in as much as that's also a way of being attractive. Thank you so much for joining us, Sister Mercy. Thank you so much for joining us, Mr. Boma. I trust our viewers have been so much enlightened in what they need to do to bring back the relationship they lost. That is worth it, right? Do want to subscribe to our station, give us a thumbs up. That's the only way this helps the algorithms of what we're doing on our videos, so more people can see what we put out to you. Do us a mail, tell us how we can be of service to you, and we're going to be here to serve you. My name again is Moses Variable, and thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.